Hey everybody, welcome back to Lead Therapy, and thank you so very much for taking time for tuning into the video. As most of you know, the United States Postal Service sucks, and whenever I send a package, I try not to use them. As you can see by the title of the video, the United States Postal Service somehow had misplaced my firearm transfer for at least a week. So I'll get into the details exactly what happened. I won an auction on Gunbroker, and the FFL that I purchased the firearm from took it to his local post office in West Virginia. And that package was scanned at that post office in West Virginia on March 9th at 3:56 p.m. And that package left that same day at 4:03 p.m. from that particular post office. It then arrived at the Charleston, West Virginia Processing Center the same day, March 9th, at 7:59 p.m. That package then departed their Charleston, West Virginia Processing Center that same evening on March 9th at 8:23 p.m. And later that day when I checked, it said its projected delivery was Saturday the 13th. Most of you know, if you have a package delivered by any of the carriers, that these trucks will stop a couple of times on their way to your destination. Your package will then be scanned and put on another truck heading toward your destination. And in this case, nothing like that ever happened. Like I said, the last scan on that package was March 9th at 8:23 p.m., leaving the Charleston, West Virginia Processing Center. And I knew it was very unusual for 4 days not see any scanning of this package arriving at other destinations on its way down here to Florida. When Saturday, March 13th came about, which was the expected delivery day, I just waited and waited all day, checking frequently that day to see if it's made it to our local distribution center. Then later in the night on the 13th, it was then switched from being delivered on the 13th to in transit. I knew it being Saturday the 13th that there would be no movement or scanning on the next day, which would be Sunday, but hoping it would show up on Monday. All through Monday, I checked the status of the package, and there was still no movement and no scanning of that package. It still said in transit to your destination. Sunday evening is when I was starting to get concerned, especially because it was a firearm transfer. Monday evening, I called the post office customer service number. And after quite a period of time, I finally got a live person on the phone. And the woman was very nice, and she took all my information and she gave me a case number. And she said something like this that concerns a firearm and also things like medication get a higher priority and they look into it as quick as they can. Later that evening, I did receive an email from somebody here locally in my area from the post office. And pretty much it was a form letter saying that they were looking into the situation. And then we come to Tuesday, which was 7 days since that package had left West Virginia. I also looked at the ATF website because I wanted to check to see who was responsible of reporting it to them if this firearm does come up missing. And what I found out was it's the responsibility of the sending FFL to report the firearm stolen if it does come up missing. And I sent them an email letting them know what's going on. And Wednesday morning when I got up about 6:30 and checked the status, it still said in transit. And then around 8:30 that morning, I checked the status again, and then I couldn't believe it said it showed up at our local distribution center. And of course I was somewhat relieved that it finally had showed up somewhere, but also I still had a lot of questions on what exactly happened with this package. So I went to my local post office and asked for a supervisor. And this really nice guy came out and I explained the situation. And he said I was right, that somewhere along the line, that package would have been scanned at least once or twice before it made it down to our local distribution center. And the only explanation that he could give me is human error, that these packages come down the line and somehow it wasn't scanned. I'm making this video the morning of March 18th, and thank goodness this morning it showed the package leaving our local distribution center and arriving at my local post office. And later on it showed it was out for delivery to my FFL. But as of noontime on the 18th, it still hasn't arrived at my FFL. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell. And I will see you in the next video.